I hear you.
What's up? What's up, man?
How you doing, brother? How's it going?
I'm doing okay. How you doing?
All is well. All is well.
Doing well.
How's life in the A?
Sunny skies down here, man. It cooled off a little bit, but yeah, everything's
That's good. Same here. We have a little rain now.
Cool, man.
All right, so introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, where you are, and then we'll get into the questions, and then we'll get into your journey.
Cool. How you doing? Adam Jackson, for those that are tuned in, thank y'all so much.
Adam, you're sideways.
Adam Jackson, found. We are a biscuit sandwich company down here in Atlanta, Georgia. What's unique about us is we make homemade biscuits from scratch, and we can sell them to you hot as a sandwich, and we also sell frozen. We sell frozen biscuits as well.
Okay, Adam, you're sideways.
Oh.
Perfect.
That better?
Much better.
Awesome.
Okay, so let's get into the questions. What word or phrase do you overuse?
Let's do it.
Can you hear me?
Hold on 1 second.
Yep.
Did you ask me something?
All right. Yep, you good? Yes. We're getting into the questions. What word or phrase do you overuse?
You start off with a tough one. Overused. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay. What is your least favorite thing to do?
Wash dishes.
What is your most favorite thing to do?
Bake these biscuits, of course.
Right. What is the one thing your spouse or significant other would like to change about you?
That I would wash dishes. And I have a story about that. I'm from a large family. My mom and dad had 11 kids. So you know, when it was your night to wash dishes, it was like being at a soup kitchen. So I mean, I've been scarred, and I'm probably in the wrong line of business. That you know, having that problem, I may be in the wrong line of business, but you know,
love and
tough,
hate.
but yeah, man, I've been scarred by that.
All right. What makes you tick?
Tick, people, smiles, you know, just making others happy, knowing that I can do something to make someone else put a smile on their face.
What irks you the most?
I guess complacency, you know, the same thing, you know, just, yeah, complacency.
Okay. What sound makes you happiest?
A marching band. Shouts out to all the HBCUs out there, but yeah, a good marching band.
I went to Morehouse.
Yeah, I went to Albany State, right. So yeah, man, a good band.
All right.
Yeah.
What sound bothers you the most?
What sound? I guess a bad singer, you know, or yeah, someone who's not musically inclined, but you know, they're blasting, you know, whatever they're doing.
They don't care.
Yeah.
What profession other than your own would you like to try?
I'll be a professional soccer player. That seems pretty cool and fun.
Have you?
Maybe over in Europe. Yeah, over in Europe.
Have you played soccer before?
No. It just seems cool.
No,
so, yeah,
it does.
Do that.
What would you like on your tombstone?
Just someone who made it better for others. You know, I don't know, someone who carried on what was given to him and, you know, made it easier for the next person coming behind me.
Okay. What is it about your personality that drives your business?
I think just being outgoing for the most part. So I think that helps as far as being outgoing with customers. You know, customer service goes a long way. So just letting people know you care. I think that's just really important these days. So many things are automated and people are used to automation. So when, you know, they see someone, you know, that engagement, I think that I'm okay with doing just based on my personality. It goes a long way.
Okay. What is it about your personality that hinders your business?
Say that one more time.
What is it about your personality that hinders your business?
I don't know. I haven't found any flaws so far. I'm not sure. I'll get back to you maybe in a year or two. I'm sure my brothers and sisters who work with me, they probably could give you some cons, but they haven't told me yet.
All right. Who would you travel cross country with on a motorcycle?
My wife.
All right. What was your favorite concert?
It'll have to be, shouts out to Atlanta again, the Outkast Goody Mob reunion thing they did like 3 years ago. Yeah, it was a good time.
All right. Now, how are you an Outkast fan?
Yeah, you have to be. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah. How far back you go with them?
I mean, all the way back.
All right. All right. I was in Morehouse when the first one dropped, and I actually picked it up in Savannah, Georgia, on the way to Tybee Island.
Wow. What were you going to? Was that the Orange Crush? What's the big party thing they had?
No, there was none of that.
Like a spring break thing, or
with my son's mom, we were hanging out.
You just going?
we just got on the road.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, man, those were good times to be in Atlanta back then, man. No traffic. It was just smooth, man. It was smooth living.
Yeah, it was. When was the last time you cried?
2 days ago.
And why?
I lost my brother a couple years ago, man. So it just, you know, just those emotions that hit you every now and then.
Yep, I lost mine a couple years ago too. A year ago, and it comes back.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
What impact do you want to leave on your industry?
I just want to this.
You're a little frozen. I can't hear you. Yeah, your screen's frozen.
Can you?
Hello?
Are we good now?
We're good now. Okay, so
yeah, are we good now?
Yep. Yeah, so let's repeat.
Okay.
Let's repeat the question and you
say,
repeat the answer. What impact do you want to leave on your industry?
I would say just slowing things down. I would say is important, and I would want to shine a larger light on just local businesses, local restaurants, local food. I would want to just highlight that more and just let people know the importance of it. And when I say slow down, I think there's just a huge, like in the food industry, there's just a huge thing on just quantity, like just pushing out as much as you can. But just want people to embrace something that may take a little longer, and obviously the product that comes with that would be much better also. So.
Okay. When was the most?
So just a slow thing, just a slower food. I mean, in a nutshell, just for people to appreciate slower food as a whole, and why that's important.
Okay.
Yeah.
When was the most difficult time for your business, and how did you overcome it?
So we've been open. Well, we've been in business for a year now. We started off doing the farmers markets. And obviously, I mean, I guess when COVID hit, so we were all prepped and planned to really do well at a local farmers market here in Atlanta. There's a lot of foot traffic, so we would have been doing pretty, we were expecting to hit these numbers financially, and obviously COVID hit, so we had to go back to the drawing board. Just switch some things up. But yeah, I mean, that was the hardest, like that's the first, just difficult situation that we faced. And we've been open to, well, we found some other opportunities in that pivot.
Okay. So how did you overcome that?
I just going back to the drawing table, like not giving up and just thinking of, just going back to the drawing board. Yeah, just having a mindset of, we got to get through this. Let's think of something else we can do to make money, through these biscuits.
All right. Do you have any white friends?
Yeah, I have some.
Okay. Do you often see people of color in your industry?
Yes, but I do.
Okay. The butt?
It's weird. It's weird. I mean, you see them, but it's just an interesting question. I do, but just like in certain ways, not as much as I would like. You have to see them. And I would say in certain places I would like to see them more, like certain just big retail, like the big establishments or the big food halls or whatever. I want to see more of that.
Okay.
More on a larger scale, doing it as well as some of the other races.
And you mean as owners? Okay, so for example, like we have to go to the second tier places as opposed to being invited to the higher end places in the better locations.
Correct. Yeah. I want to see it in more the higher end places. Yeah.
Yeah. The places we don't get invited to.
Hey, this is Atlanta. We're going regardless. Like you can't uninvite us.
Right.
So we're everywhere.
Right.
So it could be high end. We're still there, but I just want to see more ownership with it.
Right. Yeah. There's a difference between going as an owner and going as a consumer.
Correct. So I want to see us on the other side of the table. Yep. So yeah.
Who would you most like to have a conversation with?
Oh, good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that one, but
Okay.
But I guess but I would say just some master chef, like the Yoda of bakery. I mean, whoever that is, I would find that person, just want to talk to him a little more. Yeah, that would be a good person.
All right. I don't know if he's Yoda, but there's a guy that we're talking to on Wednesday morning who is like a big time baker.
Okay.
So now let's get into your journey. And what we like to start from is possibly high school and the different jobs you've had that led to where you are now.
Well, I sold candy a lot in high school.
On the subways?
No, I was selling candy out of my book bag. I don't know, but I was just always just being, I had just an entrepreneurial spirit, in high school and even middle school or even elementary, just always just trying to make money with my older brother. So I think that kind of, it's all sales, right? So it's like just to learn people, learn, what people like, what they don't like. And obviously also just know how to approach people, I think and who not to approach. I mean, it's just
both of those things.
We say it's common sense, but yeah, and it's more than common sense. I mean, those are learned. I mean, it's a skill to be able to, engage. I would say so. Yeah. And I'm able to, I think, doing those things as a young kid and throughout adulthood has helped me, with this business for sure.
Okay, so after high school, then what?
High school, went to Albany State for college. So
what you study in college?
Political science. So went the whole, so did political science at Albany State. After school, worked at Walgreens retail management for 3 years. So that's a lot of customer service type job. I was assistant manager. I was in their program. So that has helped, with this biscuit venture that we're doing. Then got my master's at Troy University, master's of public administration. Got a job with Social Security Administration, federal job. But that all kind of fit in that whole field, political science field that I was going in. Worked my ranks up with Social Security Administration. Became a manager over a particular department. Making good money, everything's good. Brother died, that changed my whole perspective on life. Had to switch it up. I couldn't sit behind the desk anymore. Found out how to make these biscuits. I enjoyed making them. I knew.
Okay, hold it. Let's back that up.
Yeah, go
let's
ahead.
back that up. So,
go ahead. Yeah.
Your brother untimely passing, a light goes off.
Yeah.
And that light is.
Life is short. Life is short, and I don't know. It just I found in the baking, I found therapy, right?
So,
and I mean, just out of nowhere, and I can't write. Like, I'm a bad writer. I'm left-handed. I write very sloppy. I do things fast, and the baking actually slowed me down, I would say. And just over those months and all those things, I just learned that, I was actually zoned in and I could actually focus and all that good stuff.
So
and,
why baking?
Go ahead. I don't know, but that's what I saw is that.
But who
was there?
Who did you see? Was it on a TV show? Was it your mom in the kitchen?
Okay. No. Okay. I'm sorry. My mom taught me how to make. I asked my mom if she could teach me how to make.
Your screen. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Hello?
I can hear you now. Yep, I can hear you.
Sorry. Okay. So, as I said, my mom had 11 kids, and she would make these biscuits for us growing up. And the recipe came from my great-grandmother. And this is all coming out of Raleigh, North Carolina.
Okay. So, your mom made biscuits.
Okay. She taught me how to make them. I always knew that, they were awesome, and I was always disappointed when I had any other biscuit.
I'm with you.
Okay. I'm sorry. Okay. And she showed me how to make them. It brought therapy to me, actually, just making them and, just making them for my family. And the light kind of went off like, hey, how can I continue doing this and actually, sell them? And I talked to my mom about it. She said she would help me. She had just retired as a school teacher. And so, yeah, the ground, the wheels start turning in. And, left my job.
Okay, so hold it.
Go ahead.
Hold it. We're missing a lot because you had to leave your job because you were making enough money to leave the job. So. Yeah,
well, I'm married. I'm married to. I have an Airbnb. I had some things set up to where, I was okay. I had some buffering.
Okay. All right. So you're who did you first start selling the biscuits to? Did you first start giving away for people to taste or start selling them?
Yeah, giving them away to people to taste, as many people as I can, friends, family. I had to get them verified from my mom that they were legit, yeah. So, once I'm, approaching different different farmers markets to see if I could get in them, I was pretty much ready to go on that level, just on that small scale level.
So what was the first market you did?
The Decatur Farmers Market.
Now, let me tell you, right? And, I live in New York City now. I'm from New Orleans. Lived in Atlanta. Lived in Alabama. Lived in D.C. I've been a vegetarian since '91.
Wow.
The Decatur's Farmers Market is the absolute best store in the entire world.
Okay, hold on. Not the DeKalb Farmers Market. I know
DeKalb Farmers Market.
That's the DeKalb Farmers Market. Yes. Okay. The Decatur Farmers. The Decatur Farmers Market is actually just a small. It's an outdoor
a farmers market.
Pop-up tent. Yeah, it's actual farmers. Farmers are coming
Yep.
bringing their
Yeah.
peaches and produce.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
yeah,
I had to shout that out because I love that place.
Yeah, it's a lot of. I mean, yeah, I bring our people. I'll bring friends there from like other states, other countries, and they're impressed with what they have at the DeKalb Farmers
Yeah,
Market.
it is. It's pretty darn impressive. Okay, so you go do the Decatur Farmers Market, and what was your response like?
I mean, we were selling. I mean, they were just going fast. I mean, just a fast. They would just sell out in an hour or two. Like it was just going well. So we knew we had a product. We're just testing over. About people, it was more about people just buying them. It was also like the responses and the feedback that we were receiving, which were just all positive, and it just gave. Take a little further. Let's try to take now, right? I mean, if 100 people, if everybody just said, "Hey," like.
Yeah, I can hear you, but your screen's a little bad.
Can you hear me better now? Okay. But yeah, I was just saying. I mean, we're a part of doing the Decatur Farmers Market, and even just a practice that we do is listening to our customers, and they kind of help give us that push, to keep doing a certain thing or to not. So, and we're still, just letting them kind of guide us on, which direction we take. They say they want more.
That's going to be always. The clientele is always going to let you know what direction you're going in.
Yeah.
So where do you make your biscuits at?
A prep kitchen's it's a shared kitchen out of, they're like on the north end of the city.
And how many do you usually bake at a time?
Maybe a pan of 50.
Okay.
But but I want to do it 2. I mean, just depending on the event, anywhere from 200, 300.
Okay, and that's pretty good. And how much are your biscuits?
Just for a plain single biscuit, they're $3. But
how many different flavors you got?
Go ahead. So I think we do like 5, and we don't have all of them available at one time, but the flavors are endless. We can come up with ideas for biscuits forever. But what's on the menu right now? So we do a pop-up right now here in Atlanta, and when I say pop-up, we're popping up at someone else's restaurant. So they allow us to come in and sell our biscuits for 3 hours on those pop-up days. So we're consistently at a place called the Met here in Atlanta. It's actually not far from the AU Center. Near the West, it's in the West End, the Deer Park area, and we're there on every Wednesday and Saturday, from 8:30 to 11:30, and we're selling our hot biscuit sandwiches there. And when I say hot biscuit sandwiches, we're doing bacon, egg, and cheese, chicken sausage, egg and cheese, egg and cheese, plain biscuits with jam. We do a blueberry biscuit, we do a peach biscuit, we do a cinnamon roll biscuit. And we're kind of just testing the market for, once we get this full-on restaurant, just figuring out what people like, what meats people like, how we make our eggs. I mean, so we're just doing a lot of customer, just a lot of research for the most part.
Have you tried to put it on a burger?
Yes. Or put a burger patty on the biscuit. Yeah. I have. Still playing around with it though. The one I've done, I didn't love the consistency of the patty right on the bread, but that could be a personal thing. But yeah, there are not too many people out here doing biscuit burgers, and that may be for a reason. So we have to do some more research on that.
And the reason could not be because it doesn't work. The reason could be because they hadn't figured out how to make it work. Yeah,
exactly. But one thing about a biscuit is, it could just get real moist on you real fast. So you just want to make sure but that may mean you may need a layer of lettuce or something that can stop that moisture from going.
Right.
Yeah.
So who works with you? How big is your company?
It's all family. So, yeah, I'm blessed in that regard. So I told you I had a lot of brothers and sisters. I also have cousins, a lot of cousins here. So, yeah. So my mom, my brother Henry, Stephen, my sister Celeste, Victoria, Michelle, Mary. Yeah, my dad, he comes in, I help, transport and stuff when he can. I mean, it's a family business for sure.
Well, that's good.
It's a lot of help. Yeah. And then, I bring my cousin David in whenever he can come. So, yeah.
Yeah, entrepreneur and businesses need that much help because there's so much that can be done.
It's a lot. Yeah. No way we would have gotten as far, I was hiring, just like full on employees. Like, I'm not like, I wouldn't be ready to, like, it would be a lot. I would be at a much slower pace. Not saying that, I couldn't get it done, but it would just be at a much lower scale.
Right. Yeah. Employees it's a whole nother thing.
Yeah. Yeah. But that's the goal. I mean, I want to be able to hire people. I want to be able to bring on people full time. I mean, the goal is to create opportunities for, opportunities for people. So, I mean, a big thing for me is to see, have somebody work for us and they, gotten their kid through college or whatever. I mean, that would mean the most to me. Is actually providing opportunities. That's part of the reason I'm in this.
And ultimately, you want a brick and mortar store.
Stores. I want them all over the country. Yeah. But I want restaurants all over the country. I've traveled a lot. I've been a lot of places. I don't think anyone's doing exactly, what I'm planning to do. So, but yeah, get a couple stores here in Atlanta, and then go and start branching out. Definitely got to hit New York.
Absolutely.
So where'd you go to a biscuit place up there? Do you have a place up there? If you want a good biscuit tomorrow, where are you going?
I would have to say I don't know.
There you go. See, there's opportunity
everywhere.
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 Definitely New York. There's a lot of opportunity up there. And
okay, let me think about biscuits wherever I was.
And there are some states and there's some cities that have, go-to biscuit spots. And I knew, Atlanta, Atlanta particularly doesn't have one that I think I'm better than, so I saw opportunity here. But a lot of major cities do have go-to biscuit spots, and some of them don't. So, the ones that don't want to get in.
Yeah, and this is Jay Haney. He said we need good biscuits in LA. So this is two major cities. No, okay, let me tell you. I've been to restaurants that have had good biscuits.
Correct.
There was a place in Memphis, a breakfast place that had very good biscuits. Cracker Barrel has good biscuits, but it's not like something that, it's a good biscuit. It's not a great biscuit. It's a good biscuit.
Yeah.
But what you're talking about is a biscuit experience.
Exactly. So if I'm a Cracker Barrel, if I'm anywhere else, and I have a huge menu, I can't really focus on this one particular item, right? Like we treat our biscuits like they were filet mignons, right? So like that's the prize item. So obviously all that comes, it's gonna be better. Like if you're doing everything, your biscuit's not gonna be
it's your specialty.
It's impossible. Yeah, it's my specialty. Yeah. So yeah, man, that's what we're offering.
What I'm trying to word this correctly. If there was one place that you could have your biscuit, where would that be?
As far I want to get over to like do some international stuff, man. Like, probably in, I don't know, Johannesburg or maybe in London. I want to do some international stuff for sure. Just have, maybe it's a small little brick and mortar shop. Yeah. Maybe in London somewhere.
See, now, over there, they call them scones.
Yeah, but they'll call them biscuits when I show up. Like, it won't be a scone. And man, they taste it one time. I mean, they're so.
All right, now,
so,
Silver River Cheers. You're originally from North Carolina, right?
My mom's from Raleigh, North
I
Carolina.
think she's from North.
And that's where the recipe comes
I think she's from North Carolina as well. She goes butter or Lord or Crisco or buttermilk.
Hold on, who said that?
Silver River Cheers. She's asking. She's from North. I think she's in North Carolina.
Okay, tell her I have a recipe for both, for the lard and the butter, depending on which one she wants. When she wants me to make some for her, till I got it.
All right. So she heard it.
Okay.
So if you could put one ingredient on the biscuit and sell it, what would that be?
Molasses. Molasses is money, but you'll be surprised. No one orders the molasses. And like that, we grew up eating just molasses on it. Like this whole biscuit sandwich thing is just for the people. But like we grew up with just molasses, and man, off the chain. And I'm eventually start like pushing it a little more to just. I mean, molasses is an acquired taste. A lot of people, you either like it or you hate it. But I want to introduce more people to molasses, and obviously you'd be surprised a lot of people never taste it.
Yeah, I'm from me being a Southerner as well. Molasses is kind of one of those regional, generational, demographic kind of thing, depending on where you were. Mm-hmm. Now, okay, Let me ask you: have you tried cane syrup?
Not enough to know.
Okay. So there's a sugar cane syrup that they make, and the name of it is Steen's cane syrup. Delicious.
Okay. Where are they coming out of?
Louisiana.
Okay.
Also, there's a honey that's called buckwheat.
Okay.
Buckwheat honey is thick and it's dark and it's black like molasses. Okay. Delicious.
Okay, make a note of that.
Buckwheat honey and Steen's cane syrup.
Got it. I'm gonna get some. Gotcha. Yeah, man. But but the go-to is definitely molasses, though, and obviously jam, jelly, all that's cool. But man, the molasses it's the perfect pairing.
Yeah. So, okay, now with that being your main ingredient. Where do you get molasses from?
Right now, just the grandma's molasses. I mean, that's what we grew up on, just the grandma's. But others can work. I mean, I've tasted others and it can work. But like I said, people we barely use it. No one orders it.
Joshua Menifee, I'm going to try molasses Wednesday.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
It says you got to have real butter too. Yeah, I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh, we use real butter for sure. Yeah, definitely use real butter. Yeah, I was telling that other viewer that if she wanted the lard, we could do that for her. But nah, yeah, we use butter.
What was your biggest order? Your biggest single order?
Maybe I really don't have a story on that, really just a one customer. But I think a better story to share is when I've had this happen multiple times. Somebody will order at 8:30, and then 10 o'clock you see them back in line, and your first reaction is, "Oh man, I'm sorry, did we get something wrong?"
Right.
And man, these customers, one lady last week, she was like, "Oh no. I went home. My husband got a piece of mind. And he was like, you got to go back up there and get me one." And I'm like, okay. But that has happened a couple times. I mean, yeah. So, I mean, obviously that's a huge, compliment, to what we're doing. And, but yeah, man. So it's not, the double order is pretty cool when somebody comes back, literally, 30 minutes or an hour later. So.
I also, on your Instagram, saw a guy coming from Tennessee.
Yeah, man, that was wild. and literally drove straight back. Literally drove back to St. like right after the biscuit. So he called me the day before, like, "Hey man, I'm coming down. I'm gonna get a biscuit." I'm like, "All right, cool." He said, "I'm gonna leave at 5 in the morning." I'm like, "Yeah, whatever." But yeah, he literally called me at 5 in the morning on the road. Came and got a biscuit and went straight back. So yeah, man. His family, they're like in the wood. They're like in the wood industry, and it's pretty rural. So I mean, I guess he needed some excitement, some other excitement that they wanted to come to the city.
It's pretty cool.
But yeah, man, he yeah. Go ahead.
Melon Love One says, "What has been the most enjoyable moment?"
Most enjoyable. Just looking around and like working with my brothers and sisters. I mean, that's pretty fun. And like on a good day when everybody's kind of vibing and making good sales and all that good stuff, but just being around family, I think that's the best thing. Or it's like or recognize it, like actually in the moment, like where everybody's working, but like finding a peace in that also, I think it's pretty cool. And and the higher we take this thing, we can still celebrate, even though just small victories along the way. But yeah, just doing it together.
How challenging is it to work with your family?
It can be very challenging, but like I told you, personality. I think I have a pretty good personality to be able to read and just you gotta have that relate. It's all relationship based, right? So I mean, just like as you would an employee, but it's a little different because it's family. Because I've known this family member for 30 plus years, right? So they're gonna be holding on to something that happened when we were 10. So
you
gotta pick your battles. Yeah. So you have to pick your battles and just make sure that you're on good terms and all that good stuff. So but I mean it's definitely more of a blessing than anything. But I just say communication. I mean communication is very big, and just understanding each other, and at the end just knowing there's a base of love underneath everything. So it works out.
Okay, cool. How proud is your mom?
I think she's pretty proud. If I'm not working her too hard, if I'm not telling her to do, but now I think she's pretty happy. And I have she doesn't know, but I have a long list of things for her to do as far as, because my mom, she's just an awesome cook. So, we got the biscuits, but, we have a ton of other products that I'm going to have her kind of leading the way as far as branding and everything. So, I mean, there's a lot to do. And I think, there are plenty of, seats at the table. We just got to pull up, and even as a community, just pull up and know that, we can have a piece of this pie. And that's in the food industry. That's in the this whole branding, marketing thing. I mean, like just get products. I mean, for the most part, I mean, there are a lot of products that could have our names on them and could be profitable. So I think we all have I'm partnering some waters myself, and as I'm learning more about entrepreneurship, about business, it's about just sharing that information and helping others, create their passions become profitable. I would say. So.
Yeah, I think with minorities being in business, the thing we lack most is the information.
Yep.
All of the things that it takes to run a business, how to make a business legitimate, what to do to keep the business legitimate, because we're all first generation.
Yep.
So there's it hasn't been passed on to us. It's unfortunately at this time and not our culture. So all of it is learned.
Yep.
There's a chef that has a food truck that's a buddy of mine. And he blew up and has 2 food trucks. So we talk, and we were both having I was having a particular issue. And I was talking to him about this issue that I was having, so he wouldn't have it. And he was having it at the same time.
Yeah.
And it had to do with lack of knowledge and access to the information.
And to speak on just that conversation you had, what I'm learning is just conversation. Like that's actually the name of your podcast. But conversations are so important, right? But if you're routinely having conversations with other business owners, with other business owners, like that's a part of the culture. Like that helps build the culture because you're all sharing. You know, no one can be in one place. No one can know where the new part of town is. I mean, but your buddy may, or we're alone, or Grant. I mean, it takes a kind of a community base, but it just has to be a part of the conversation. It has to be a part of your just days. I mean, I guess just your everyday life. You need to be talking to a business owner, you know, all the time for the most part to really compete out here.
Yep.
I mean, it has to be a part of the culture.
Constantly.
Yeah. And that's for our kids. And that's even growing up, you know, our high school, college kids. I mean, it just has to be woven into us. It's not yet, but you know, we can get it there.
We're working on it now. Okay, Silver River Cheers. Is love the secret ingredient? Can you order an extra love? Because damn, we need it. Yeah, we do need a lot of love right now.
Yeah, definitely, very much so.
For sure, at some point, it's more business than biscuits or cheers. Yep, it's business.
Biscuits.
Yep. Bacon for president. Yeah, I think if you put it on the ballot, it might win.
Yeah, very much so.
So is there anything that you want to share with us that I missed?
No. But as far as, you know, people that are logged on who may have aspirations to go into food or even a product, I would say, man, this social media is a cheat code. I mean, I'm sure business owners 20 years ago, like they wouldn't believe that I could get someone, you know, to just know about to just know about me. I mean, you don't have to go out here and just put out flyers anymore. Like there's so much you can do, with these smartphones now, and it gives everyone, you know, you have a little chance. You may not have the most chance to get some of the bigger companies, but you definitely have an opportunity that you can kind of create yourself on a lower budget. So know that, you know, that's in everyone's favor. So it's not as hard as it used to be. It's still hard,
right?
But know that even with the COVID thing, it's cool. Like we're on this IG Live right now. I mean, it's cool to be able to get out information, to have a voice without the expenses that it used to cost. You know?
Right. Now, Jeff, last question: will you do any mail order like biscuit mixes?
Yes. Yeah, those are in the works. Everything's in the works. Like this is going to be full-fledged, you know, access, you know, for, like I said, for the world. I mean, we're taking this thing all the way to the top. But as far as they want something right now, tell them they can DM me or even email me if they have that biscuit crave. Are they in the state, or are they out?
He's in Louisiana.
Ooh. Well, tell them that I'll trade them for that cane syrup.
Yeah, Jeff.
Yeah,
he should know Steen's cane syrup.
Okay, yeah. Tell them to shoot me a DM. We can work something out.
All right. Send him a GM, Jeff. So I think that we've covered it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I'm thinking of this. Is there anything that I missed or want to ask? And I think I've covered it all.
Okay.
Well,
cool.
What other products are you in the process of launching? If you can talk about that.
I think it's more about having more. I want to push my frozen biscuits a little bit more, especially during this time where we're figuring out where exactly our brick and mortar will be. Just push out more frozen so we can kind of ship them out.
So you do have a frozen biscuit.
State line. Say that again.
You do have a frozen biscuit.
I do have a frozen biscuits, but working on actually being able to ship them and, you know, making sure they get there and all that, you know, packaging and all that good stuff across state lines. That's what, you know, that's the product out, you know, kind of next up to be able to get it there, get the product to the actual out of state customer.
Okay. Have you done that yet? Are you in a process of trying that yet?
I've done it, but there's been I've done a little bit, but just getting everybody there are a lot of people shipping stuff now. So actually making sure that your boxes and all that stuff, you getting those at good rates. There's just a lot of supply and demand stuff going on. Just in the climate that we're in, there's a demand for the boxes and the freeze packs and all that good stuff. So just find out something that works for me, and I can actually still make a profit. Yeah.
J-Rock 30034 merchandise.
Merchandise. We have the shirts. We got the hats. We got the shoes coming out next. No, just playing with the shoes. But,
Shoes?
yeah, definitely. Hey, the butterly flip flop. But hey, anything we can put our logo on, we're gonna put it on there. And it's a pretty cool logo. I was very pleased with it. And yeah, man. If anything, I don't know. If there's something specific he wants, but yeah, definitely we have hats and t-shirts now.
Okay,
so,
cool,
yeah.
Cool. All right, brother. So thank you very much. We appreciate it, and we wish you the best.
Awesome, man.
Everybody loves biscuits.
As soon as I can come to New York, I'll make sure you get some with the molasses for sure. And if not, just look out for my brick and mortar that'll be up there in New York, man.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much.
Well, thanks everybody that logged on.
Yep, thank you all.
And much success to you.
You too, brother. Thank you all.
All right, bud.